Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to crack the code on a certification that could seriously launch your career in tech, the Google Cloud Associate Cloud Engineer Exam, or ACE for short. We're going to break down exactly what you need to do to pass. So let's just dive right in.
So, first up, what does an Associate Cloud Engineer actually do? This isn't just some fancy title. It's a hands-on role. You're deploying apps, you're monitoring how they run, and you're maintaining these big enterprise solutions. But here's the key part. It proves you can handle both public cloud stuff and a company's own on-premise systems. That hybrid skill, it's something employers are really looking for right now.
Okay, so you might be thinking, why should I go through all the trouble of getting certified? Well, because it's so much more than just another line on your resume. It's like a big, bright signal to employers that you have a very specific and very powerful set of skills that they need. Let's take a look at what those skills actually are.
The AC exam proves you can handle the whole end-to-end process. You're not just a coder. You're not just an operator. You're a builder. See, it tests you on these 5 core areas, from the initial setup and planning all the way to locking down security. It's not about memorizing one little service. It's about showing you can manage the entire lifecycle of a project on Google Cloud. That's what makes this cert so valuable.
All right, let's pull back the curtain on the exam itself. Honestly, just knowing the logistics is half the battle. It takes away so much of the stress and lets you walk in there feeling ready and confident.
Here are the nuts and bolts. For the main exam, you've got 2 hours. You're going to face between 50 and 60 questions, and the fee is $125. But what's really cool is the renewal. It's shorter, just 1 hour. It shows that Google just wants to see that your skills are sharp without making you jump through the exact same hoop all over again.
And here's probably the best part. Your certification is good for a full 3 years. Think about that. That's a fantastic return on your investment. It gives you a really long runway to use this credential to make your next big career move. So, the million-dollar question, how do you actually prepare for this thing? Well, the great news is you don't have to wander around in the dark. Google actually gives you a super clear 5-step plan to get you from where you are now to being totally exam ready. And this is the official playbook right here. Notice what's number 1, real-world experience. You just can't skip that part. From there, you dig into the exam guide, you do some training to fill in any gaps, but look at step 4, reviewing sample questions. That is so critical for getting into the right mindset before you finally schedule that exam. This is your roadmap.
There's no better way to get what this exam is all about than by actually tackling a question. So let's stop talking about it and let's do it. Let's work through one together, right now.
Okay. Here's the scenario. You've got an operations team. They need admin access to a whole bunch of servers. Now, pay close attention to the key words here. The solution has to be efficient, and it has to be auditable. This is a classic Google Cloud problem, finding that perfect balance.
Okay, so you have 4 options here. A, B, C, and D. Take a second and think about it. Which one hits that sweet spot between being easy for the team but also secure enough for the audit team? Which one feels like the Google way?
All right, got your answer? The correct answer is C. And this isn't just an answer. It's the Google recommended best practice. It's the most secure, the most scalable, and honestly, the most elegant solution.
And here's the why behind it. It all comes down to identity. By using a Google group for permissions, but making each person use their own key, every single action is tied to a unique person. That completely solves the auditing problem. You can see exactly who did what and when. It's clean, it's secure, and it's manageable.
And knowing why the other answers are wrong is just as important. Options A and D, sharing a private key, that's a huge security no-no. It's like giving everyone the same master key. You have no clue who's coming and going. And option B, manually deploying keys, imagine doing that for hundreds of servers? No way. It's an operational nightmare. The right answer avoids both of those traps.
Getting one question right feels great. It really does. But to pass the actual exam, you've got to be ready for 50 or 60 more questions just like it, covering all those different areas. Repetition and practice. That's the whole game.
So the key is volume and its quality. To feel truly confident, you really want to work through hundreds of these scenarios.
I'm talking over 300 practice questions so that you've already seen every little trick and pattern before you even set foot in the testing center.
And here's the kicker. Getting that level of professional prep doesn't have to cost a fortune. You can find practice exam ebooks, like the ones over at the Cloud Certification Store, and they're all under $10. It's kind of a no-brainer investment in yourself.
So you've seen the value, you know the path. The final question isn't just, are you ready to get certified? It's, what problem are you going to solve once you are? This certification isn't the finish line. It's the starting pistol for the next amazing stage of your career. Thanks for watching The Explainer.